Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Independent Dollar. Today's video is part of our January series focused on savings and retirement. I'm going to be sharing with you my 8 money saving tips that anyone can try when living on a tight budget to help you spend less and save more money right now. If this is your first time here, we make personal finance videos in a way that's easy to understand, so you can be more independent and confident with your money. If that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then feel free to join us by subscribing to stay up to date on future videos, and let's get started on today's topic. If you watched my video on how to save for retirement in your 40s, then you would have seen me show you how you can retire by saving less than $20 a day. However, as I also pointed out, every dollar that we earn, we owe about $1.70. So for some of us, saving $20 a day, if any, can be a stretch. So what can we do in order to lower our costs now so we can save more for our future? You've probably heard this before, but I would not be doing you justice if I didn't drive this point home. Your first step should be to create a budget before anything else. This is going to help you understand where all of your money is going and how much you're spending on specific items every single month. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on how to create a budget, but if you'd like to learn more about that topic, you can check out our video on budgeting, and I'll include a link for that right here. My second tip is to use cash instead of credit. Did you know that unless you pay off your credit card bill in full by the statement date, you're actually charged interest on the entire balance? Meaning, if your January 30th statement shows a $5,000 balance owing, and you work really hard to pay off $4,500, you still pay interest on the full $5,000. So whenever possible, stop using your card so you can work towards paying down that balance instead of using more of your monthly income on interest. My third tip would be to embrace becoming a bargain shopper. This might seem obvious, but when reviewing spending with clients, one of the areas that I've noticed people spend much more in than they realize is on groceries and household items. According to a Stats Canada survey, the average adult spends about $4,650 a year just on groceries. That's a little under $90 a week. You would be surprised in the price difference of certain products at stores that are all in the same area as you. So don't be shy to check out local flyers, online grocery apps, or ask whether or not they would be willing to match or beat a competitor's price. I've slowly managed to cut down our grocery bills to about half of the average per person in our household. If you're interested in learning more tips and tricks on how to do this, or maybe you have some tips of your own that you'd like to share, comment below to let us know. My next tip is to take advantage of government programs. If your goal is to lower your rent, save for a home, or maybe save for your child's education, regardless of where you live, there are government programs to help with that. Did you know that if you live in Canada, there are free grants and bonds that you can get from the government if you're saving for your child's education? One of them is the Canada Learning Bond, which you can get by simply just opening an account. You don't even need to make a deposit. There's a lot out there, and I know it can be frustrating and feel tedious trying to search through everything, but I found a really great tool on the government's website where you can answer a few quick questions about yourself and then see right away which benefits you might qualify for, and I'll include a link to that in the description below. My next tip is to lower your fixed expenses whenever possible. Many of us plan to downsize in retirement. However, for some of us, it might make more sense to do that now. Are you able to downsize your home and move into a smaller space, whether you own or rent? Can you live in another part of town that puts you closer to work, saving you on car insurance and parking? What about downsizing your vehicles? If you drive, can you downsize from 2 vehicles to 1, or maybe even none? Or can you at least downsize the type of vehicle to lower your monthly payments and insurance? My next tip would be not to be shy about asking for a discount. Did you know that there are many places that offer compassionate pricing or grants for individuals who are on a low income or suffering from temporary financial hardship? Maybe your hours were reduced at work, you lost your job, or you recently moved and you've had a really tough time finding work. Speak to your service providers like your dentist, veterinarian, utility companies, even your public transit provider to see what discounts or grants they have available. Next up is to review your cell phone and internet plan. Remember that promotion you got a year or 2 ago? Well, chances are it's either expired or they have a better offer going on right now. So contact your providers and speak to someone about switching to whatever their current promo is, even if your contract isn't up. Just remember to be friendly when you do though. You're more likely to have success with this when you're nice to the person on the other end of the line. Last but not least, become familiar with tax deductions. Did you move to start a new job or attend university or college? Did you renovate your home to accommodate a disability? Did you have to hire a babysitter or daycare provider so you could go back to school or work? There are a lot of helpful deductions that can lower your taxes payable so you can afford to either pay down debt or save more, instead of spending your money on taxes. You can learn more about other deductions that you may not be aware of in our February Tax Tips and Updates series. Well, this wraps up our latest video in our January retirement and savings series. I would love to hear what tips and tricks you have for saving money, so comment below to share your best money saving hacks so we can all learn from them. If you liked the video, feel free to show us your support by clicking the like button and subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate it. And stay tuned for our video next week where we're going to break down the popular FIRE strategy. Thanks for watching.